I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know we're here to talk about what's going on at Fiserv Forum, the house that Giannis built between the Milwaukee Bucks and one of our main ops, the Boston Celtics. We got our head beat in. But before we get into that, I want to say happy birthday to one of the biggest members in this community. Been around a long time. Appreciate all the support. Happy birthday, Patricia P. Get the likes up. Salute to Patricia P. Happy birthday, Patricia P. It's unfortunate the Bucks performed as they did today, but nonetheless, happy birthday, Patricia P. I apologize on behalf of Bucks Nation on your birthday for this type of performance from our main against our main ops, for us to get our head beat in, treated, and taken out back in the fashion that we did. We got styled on today. This is what a professional basketball team looks like in the Boston Celtics. We ran into a buzzsaw tonight, friends and family. This is a polished basketball team. You saw ball movement, you saw defense, you saw cutting. They were shooting 50% from the three and from the field. Like, this was a thorough beating. only one of the few positives, and I think a lot of people were discussing this in the chat, is the emergence of Cormac Ryan. Cormac Ryan is going to be something. Like I said, a horse may not be able to draft 100%. I'll agree with friends and family. But as far as finding like diamonds in the rough, and just hitting gems, he's really good at that. I think Cormac Ryan is going to be something. He looks like a 3-level scorer. He's willing to play defense. He has size at 6'5". I really like what I'm seeing from Cormac Ryan. And since the emergence of Cormac Ryan, at the minimum, AJ Green has at least been in double figures consistently since he's seen and felt the pressure of Cormac Ryan. But I do think he's a very easy replacement for AJ Green, especially the value as far as on the money side. I just don't even think it's like a question. I really don't. But damn, friends and family, oof, the Bucks. Don't they just know how to take all the joy out of you just like that with these type of performances? We got thoroughly dominated. At halftime, right, the Boston Celtics had 19 assists to 2 turnovers. 19 assists to 2 turnovers. That is a polished offensive machine. That is what coaching does. That is the impact of good coaching, good development. Everybody on that team, on that roster contributes. We got to give credit where credit's due. They were in the playoffs even without their second best player in Jason Tatum. Their second best player was out most of the year, and they were still playing at a high clip. That's coaching and development. We need to pay attention. Bucks, you need to follow the script. You can't continue this chaos and just doing random moves to try to make people happy or for knee-jerk reaction. You have to have a plan. You have to begin forecasting, Milwaukee Bucks. You can't be successful without having a forecast, not having a plan. You can't just fly by the seat of your pants and think everything is just going to work out. There has to be a roadmap, Bucks. For the organization, for the team, it needs to be a roadmap. There's no way anything in life functions without structure. That's just not how it works. There's not one person that you can tell me that's successful in life, getting money, that doesn't have structure. It just doesn't work. Structure leads to success. They go hand in hand. That's just how life works. You have to have some form of organization for you to succeed. Without organization, it's chaos, and that's all I see with the Bucks. And it makes me mad that our main ops are so organized. It makes me angry to know that no matter what, as long as they got their GM there and that coaching system, they'll always be successful. They've created a system now in Boston. That's why they're dangerous. The system works. Plug and play pieces. The system works. No Jason Tatum, an MVP candidate. It didn't even matter. It didn't even matter that Jason Tatum wasn't playing. Everyone else stepped up. The system. What are we doing, Milwaukee? We see it's all in front of us what we need to do. We just need to do it. It's frustrating. We got wasted talent, wasted opportunities. All due to chaos and no structure and no foundation. That's what all this foolishness is due to. We need to take this offseason, friends and family. The Bucks need to right their wrongs this offseason. You can get a fresh slate, start over, and really start to project for the future for this team. We got to get rid of the dead weight. We got to stop the foolishness and placating on this team. We can't waste roster spots. We can't placate people. No one's bigger than the program. No one is bigger than the program. I understand there's not a program yet, but I'm just saying that no one is bigger than the program. Leaderships have to act like leaders. A GM has to be a GM and know what to do is best for this team. This is going to be such an important summer, friends and family. I keep telling y'all, we have to make the right decision at coach. We have to make the decision of someone that's going to institute some form of culture on this team, some stability. We don't have any stability, not in the lineups, not in the rotations. We don't have any stability on this team whatsoever. We need that from our coach. We need our coach to really lead this team. Obviously, Doc wasn't the right fit. We got to understand and be honest. Giannis is on the other side of his prime. We need to take advantage of his prime if he's going to sign that extension. And that's going to mean getting a quality coach in here that's a thinker, a high IQ coach. We really need someone that can think, make adjustments, and rally the troops. A Mark Jackson type that is not banned from the NBA is what we need. Like I said, I'll take a Mike Malone. I would even take a temporary fix of Darvin Ham. Because the reason I would say that, and I'm going to continue to say Darvin Ham, is at least he has a system and he comes from a pedigree of winning. At the very least, he has a system. He has some form of coaching expertise. And he's won. He's won. He's won. And to me, he's better than Doc. At the very least, and he's already on the staff, I would say he's better than Doc. So, like, we need to move on. And I'm just saying, if it's worst case that we go to Darvin Ham temporarily, I'm not upset. I just want y'all to be prepared for that because that's something that could happen. That's something that could happen, friends and fans. So I want you to be kind of prepared for that just in case. I just wanted to bring that up, and I don't think it's the worst scenario in the world, personally, friends and family. It's just, let's get into these numbers and whatnot. I had to go on my little rant because we gotta take this franchise has to take control. I saw you in the comment section, Jeff, talking about Haslam and this and that. Just because it's happening with the Browns don't mean it's going to happen here. When you start to project negativity, that's what's going to come. I'm going to say that because they might not have a Giannis, and football is different than basketball, that I think that it will be all right as long as we have the right GM and coach. The owner doesn't have to be involved that much, right? If the GM and the coach are handling their business, all the owner has to do is is sign the checks. So as long as our infrastructure is correct before this doom and gloom Haslam comes in, we should be all right. That should be the priority, Jeff, is to make sure that we get a solid, make sure our GM is solid and our coach is solid, that's able to institute some form of culture to this team, because we no longer have culture on this team. I don't even know if we understand winning anymore. This was a very messed up year, in my opinion, for how things are going. The amount of blowouts in this year is just shocking to me. The amount of blowouts is shocking. Shout out to you, Miesco Joy. Salute, appreciate you. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. I don't know what else to say. Like they gotta dial in this summer, and especially on that draft pick. That draft pick is gonna be huge. Damn, another 30-point loss by the Bucks, 133 to 101. Jesus. It is alarming, friends and family, the amount of games we have lost by 30 points. Do you guys know how hard it is to lose by 30 points? Like, think about that. Losing by 30 points. 30! That's hard. What the? Let's get into these numbers, y'all. Bucks lose 133-101 to the Boston Celtics. Shout out to No Strays. ENT, I see you in the chat. Gibson, where you at, brother? We miss you, Gibson. How you gonna miss this Boston game? We all here, Gibson. Where you at? Shout out to Gibson, Barack Bahamas. But where you at, brother? Boston wins 133, 101, full domination. Multiple people in double figures. You got 6 people in double figures. Jason Tatum, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple-double. Sam Hauser, 13. This Queta character had 19 and 10. I don't know where he came from, but you know the Bucks know how to make a star out of nobody. Or make a nobody into a star. You know how we do. He had 19. Derek White, 17. Jaylen Brown, 26. The free throws that he shot was ridiculous. 10 of 11 was way too crazy, in my opinion. And then Peyton Pritchard, our nemesis, had 16. Complete domination on their end. 56% from the field. 46% from the three. 80% from the free throw line. They only had 8 turnovers. This is what playoff teams do. They get rid of the easy work. They did not play with their food. They dominated us early. They kept their foot on our neck and got us up out of there. That's the truth. That's the truth. The better team dominated, and the stats show it. 33 assists to 8 turnovers. 7 steals. We got dominated. To their... Kyle Kuzma had 14, 7, 3, and 2 turnovers. It was decent. Pete Nance, another solid performance with 14 and 10. I really like what Pete Nance has been bringing to the table. Also, no turnovers. Ousmane Dieng, a slow game today. Definitely was off from the field. 4, 15, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. Didn't give us anything. The $30 million man, Myles Turner, played 19 minutes, had 4 points and 1 rebound, 0. Get this man off our team. Get this man off our team. What is he doing? What is he doing? Like, what is he doing? Why are you on this roster? You're a thief. You're stealing with no mask. Are you kidding me? You're getting $30 million. Look at his numbers. 4 points. 1 man, if you don't get this dude out of this uniform, this is crazy. This is unacceptable, in my opinion, for Myles Turner. No excuses. I don't care about the system. I don't care about none of that. Personal will and determination, I hold him accountable. At 7 feet, you can't get me more than 1 rebound? No excuses for that. That's terrible. Let's get this mark off this team. AJ Green had 15 points. Taurean Prince, 18 points. I'm going to tell y'all something. This might sound wild. I want to bring Taurean Prince back next year. Whatever he had going on with his neck, and it got fixed. He seems like a much better player right now. I am on the proponent of bringing back Taurean Prince on the cheap. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. As my guy Mr. Cool would say, he's a professional, understands his job, his role, and he does it to the best of his ability. I am a supporter of bringing back Taurean Prince. I'm going to put that out there. Cormac Ryan gave us 11 points in 31 minutes. 5 of 5 from the line, 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. Jackson Jr. gave us 7 points. I do like that Andre Jackson Jr. is becoming more aggressive as he's got more playing time. So that's actually good to see. We got dominated by a team that's getting ready for the playoffs for the most part. They're revving up for the playoffs, and they kicked our butt. It's just what happens. Hey, y'all was a better team tonight. No strays, ENT. But we coming, bro. We gonna rise from the ashes like the Phoenix. Just give us a little bit, don't strays. We about to get it together. Don't even trip. We about to get it together. I got faith. I mean, the offensive rebounding wasn't a big difference, but rebounding in general, 38 to 22. It just the turnovers, it was just they shot really well, points in the paint. I mean, their biggest lead was 35. They won by 32. I mean, like, this was a thorough beating. They put up 43 on us in the first quarter. We kept it close in the second quarter. It was just done after that. It's just they ran away with this game. Way more polished. They didn't play with their food, and they got us up out of here. Like, they really got us up out of here. It's very unfortunate. Make sure y'all get them likes up, friends and family, so it can help Bucks fans find their exact community they supposed to be on, which is right here. I just don't know what to say. I'm just looking forward to the off season and the draft for this team so that we can get better and try to right our wrongs, because, man, we look crazy out here. The amount of blowouts that are happening with the Milwaukee Bucks is insane. Let me ask y'all this for the more seasoned members in the chat. When is the last season the Bucks were blown out 30 points on a regular basis to this extent? Because I don't remember. Was there a time where the Bucks have ever been blown out this much? And the number is staggering. 30 points is a regular blowout for us now. How do you not have shame, Doc Rivers? How do you not have shame, Horst? How do y'all even sleep at night? There is no way I would be able to sleep if I was a failure to this level. I wouldn't even be able to sleep. I would be up all night trying to figure out what can I do to fix this situation. This is not even watchable basketball. People are no longer supporting this product. Bucks views is going down. Nobody cares. They're waiting for change. If you go on Ticketmaster, tickets are multiple tickets on sale, $25. We look crazy. We need to get this fixed ASAP in the summer. This looks crazy. The lack of accountability and the lack of shame in this organization is just it's unbearable. And now the fans are fed up. The fans are fed up now. The people are not in the arena. Now, if you want to go to a Bucks game, now is a great time. You can get great seats at crackhead prices. When they pockets start leaking, then they'll start to get the message. And I think the pockets are leaking now. Because I can tell you right now, you can see tumbleweed going across Fiserv Forum. You can see tumbleweeds going across in the stands. All you need is the country music. The writing is on the wall. Get it together. The fans are fed up. I'm fed up. I gotta damn near hold my head down wearing a Bucks hat. What is going on? I want answers. The community wants answers. Knock it off. What are y'all doing? Y'all like little kids in the sandbox. Don't know what's going on. Just they're playing. Y'all playing. How y'all grown and playing? Don't know what you do or no plan. My daughter has more of a plan for her day than y'all do. How is this happening? How can you just completely disintegrate in a matter of a couple years? How do you even allow that to happen? How did you allow Doc to get us here and not do something ahead of time? Whoever didn't do something until now should be fired. How do you watch this happening? At the minimum, Doc should have been fired at the halfway point. At the minimum. And they still let him cook. And the NBA was cooking us. Jason Tatum and them was having fun playing us out there. styling on us. I see behind the back passes, all types of foolishness. They shooting 50% from the field, 50% from three. The Walsh cat, the little Charlie Villanueva looking dude, he come in, he hooping. It didn't even matter. Whoever came in was hooping. We can't stop nothing. Doc hasn't brought anything to the table besides slick talk. Shout out to Scales. All he brought is slick talk. We got finessed by one of the greatest finessers of all time, and he's part of the downfall of this franchise. Doc Rivers should be investigated for treason against this organization. What he's done is treason. You came in, you infiltrated, you broke everything up we had going here. You're Donnie Brasco. You Jay Reed. You came in and just destroyed the organization. This is crazy. And everybody acting like they don't see it and not saying nothing. He's a double agent. There's no way he isn't a double agent. How? How you come in here and do all this and nobody say nothing? He don't got no poo shiesty on or nothing. He doing it bareface. He doing it bareface. I'm tired. Man. We got to do something this offseason, y'all. We only got a couple games left. We got to get this. We got to get this together. This is insane, y'all. I'm so frustrated with what I'm seeing. And you know what else makes me mad? Because I'm a competitor. I like to win. I'm going to tell y'all what makes me mad. If you're getting blown out, there should be no smiling on the sideline. There should be no discussion. There should be no dapping, nothing. Y'all are getting blown out in front of friends and family and y'all side gals, and y'all still in here playing on the sideline. When will y'all take this seriously? This is getting out of control. Damn, Bucks. It really hurt because it's Boston, and y'all know Boston is one of our main ops. And for us to get cooked like this is crazy. Hey, Ponte, you good? Ponte, you good? All right. Tapping in one of the more respected members of this chat here, Ponte. What up, Ponte?
So I got bus tickets for 2 for 10. 2 for 10. I got bus tickets, man. Come on. 2 for $10, man. Man, I just need a pack of Newports, man.
Black and mild.
For a pack of Newports, man. What are you talking about? You have me rolling with the crackhead right now.
Bro, they on there. They on there. Bro, I'm not even being... I know you know, Ponte. You know I'm not joking.
Look. 2 for $1.
What, bro, we look crazy. You saw the levels of difference out there, Ponte, between a professional basketball team and a team that's posing. It was levels there. You could see it right away. That is a polished machine over there in Boston. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I said, can I get a black and mild for a couple bucks? If you buy me black and mild, I got 5 bus tickets.
Right.
King at the gas station selling bus tickets. No, let me. No, you right. Think about it. Think about it. We bad. We that bad. They gonna give away bus tickets. They gonna start giving away bus tickets for free now.
Yeah, they don't have to,
Every
bro.
school in the district gonna have bus tickets for free just to fill the stadium up.
It's looking crazy. Did y'all see it? You can see it. You can see it on watching TV. It look crazy.
Man, look, the bus look bad. I have never seen a bus get blown out by 30.
Bro.
This many times in my life. And we have some bad teams.
That's what I'm saying, but not like this.
But we ain't even trying. Like we ain't trying at all. Like we ain't trying to even play. Like we playing Kuzma sometimes. Kuzma some the games. We sitting them down for Alex Antetokounmpo. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, we out here just doing
doing
whatever.
anything, just
We
doing
doing
anything.
whatever. Like, they need to fire the whole staff for this. Everybody has to go. The coaches, the GM, the owners, they gotta slide to the left. Cause ain't no swipe left. Cause they ain't where it's right. Come on, man. 30 points. How many? This like 30 games by 30? 30 for 30?
Yeah, something like that.
A series? Are we doing a series? Like, what we doing, bro? Like, I don't understand. I turned on the game, and we was already down by like 28 in the first quarter. I was like, dang, it's 33-17. I was like, oh, we at home. Was we at home?
Right, exactly.
Oh, in front of the home crowd. You gonna have to start paying people to come to the games.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
We'll give you free popcorn if you come. Because at this point, it's that bad. At some point, John Horse has to be fired.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Like
this product, this level of competitiveness is like insane. Now we're protecting Ryan Rollins. Like,
bro.
now suddenly Rollins can't play. Like, now suddenly, like, look, if Giannis want to play, let him. Yeah, I see why Giannis. You don't want Giannis to play if you gonna trade him.
Right.
If you ain't gonna trade him, you might as well let him play.
Right.
At this point, we look that bad. We look like, what is this? This is an NBA team?
It didn't look like no NBA team today.
Final Four. We couldn't win the Final Four in college. Yeah. We couldn't win it. We couldn't win the Final Four in college right now. Because we look that bad.
Hold on 1 second, Ponte. Hold on, let me get no strays. ENT, our favorite. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Not mentioning none of these guys in his Hall of Fame speech.
I bet not. He ain't even say he worked for the Bucks.
Right, he ain't gonna mention the Bucks at all.
He ain't mention the Bucks. He ain't mention nothing about the Bucks in his Hall of Fame speech. Nothing about the Bucks. I don't care. I don't want him to mention the Bucks. I want to forget he was here too. Like, we on the same page. I don't mention the Bucks. I don't want to know. I don't want to be, in the same vicinity. You were terrible. You were the worst coach. You were the downfall of the Bucks.
Agreed. I got a question for you too, Ponte. Yeah. Taurean Prince. Do you think Taurean Prince should be back?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
We need professional basketball players. I've been saying we have unprofessional basketball players all season. When you lose by 30 times, that's unprofessional basketball. I don't care with nobody. You're not coming in and showing up to work. You doing something else. Like, that's unprofessional basketball.
It's hard to lose by 30, in my opinion, Ponte. You have to damn near try 30 on the regular 30.
It makes you think, how bad are we really? Doesn't it make you think, like, damn, are we the worst team in the league?
That's how I low key feel. I don't want to say it like that.
We should get a number one pick because we feel it looks that bad. Like, we should be getting a number one pick. I don't know. We might
I don't know.
Like 30 times losing by 30. We lost by a team that won 10 games by 30. I mean, that's crazy. Like, are we that bad?
Yeah, that is.
We
crazy.
are that bad. We are that bad. Like, it's kind of hard to. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'm just looking at players that we should be bringing back, and
who we bringing back? I like Cormac.
I like Cormac too. I think he's become a quick fan favorite.
I'm only bringing back professional basketball players.
I like that.
I
like that.
Well, Cormac, even though I don't know how old he is, but he's new. He looks like a professional.
I agree. That's a great assessment. Yeah, and he can score on all three levels. And like he looks like
if you put him in a row, he gonna play it, and he gonna do what he gonna do. And not be crying because he ain't
right.
You know what I find interesting, like, is like in this new NBA, everybody wants a high usage rate for some reason. As if that's winning basketball. Is that because everybody? This means everybody's looking out for themselves. Like, you should have to earn a high usage rate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
Like,
it just give it to you.
we gave Ryan Wallace a high usage rate. No disrespect to Ryan Wallace, but what did he do to deserve that he thought he should have a high usage rate? Because like that's
I just want to know: are you coming for Ryan Rollins like you did Usman J?
No.
Okay.
I know. I'm coming from like the NBA in general. Like
okay.
Like this generation, everybody can't score without the ball in their hands.
That's true. That's
you
true.
See what I'm saying? Like,
everybody's ball dominant.
Everybody's ball dominant. Like, what's up?
There's
with this?
I say there's not a lot of people moving without the ball anymore besides like a Steph Curry. He moves without the basketball.
Yeah, like you can. There's other if you. Everybody can't be ball dominant to be good. And I think the Bucks got a lot of players that need to be somehow ball dominant to be good. And I think that's the biggest difference in this Bucks team than any Bucks team we ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
They complaining because they all want to be ball dominant and run the show. Even if we put the ball in Usman Jang hands,
right?
Like he deserves to be ball dominant. How? He wasn't even coming off the bench. Okay, see, I ain't even hating on Usman Jang, but what did he prove? Make him prove it. Like that's for proven players to me. Like
right.
Usman, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, LeBron James. That's for the superstars.
Right.
Giannis. You don't make everybody ball dominant. No. Was Ray Allen ball dominant?
Not at all. Even Big Dog, none of them. It was
Big
all
Dog, like what are we talking? Like people don't. Some players should not be ball dominant, but somehow the league has shifted that to in the minds of the players. If they're not ball dominant, they're not good. And I think we got a lot of players on our team that feel like if they're not ball dominant, there's no role for them. They don't know how to play basketball somehow. That makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, how's everybody fighting over the ball?
All right. What up, Bleacher?
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Ponte?
And that's why Taurean Prince is so effective. He don't need to be dominant, ball dominant. True. He gonna knock down the shot. Cormac Ryan, I can see a player that knows how to fit his role, don't need to be dominant, and still get 20. You don't
Pete
need
Nance
to be
got a role.
Pete Nance don't need to be ball dominant and still get 20. But for some reason, Doc had everybody be dog. We had Bobby Portis bringing the ball up the court. I saw Pete Nance bringing the ball up the court today. I said, what is going on? Why is Pete Nance bringing the ball up the court? Like, I don't care. Pete Nance is he has a role, but it ain't bringing the ball up the court and starting the offense.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what no, that's not what we mean. Everybody needs to touch the ball. Players have gotten out of pocket, I feel like some players have gotten out of pocket, and without a good coach and a good system, they stay out of pocket.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Because ain't no way everybody needs to have to bring the ball up the court to be a good NBA player. Like, and that's what I feel like the Bucks, KPJ, if he don't bring the ball to the court, he's not a good player. Right. Is that true? Or is that just the coach? You know, Bobby Portis was bringing the ball to the court. Why does Bobby Portis ever bring the ball
up the court? He can't dribble at all. That's the last thing.
Bring the ball to the court. Rollins got to bring the ball to the court. He feel like he ain't touching the ball enough. Like, it's like, how can you have 5 players that want to bring the ball up the court and they feel like they ain't effective if they don't? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, get to playing real basketball.
Agreed.
Because when we saw the teams, they played real basketball. We played goofy, doofus basketball. Have a couple of players bring the ball to the court, and everybody else getting your spots. What are we talking about here? Like, man,
you know what? Like Indiana Pacers, if you notice them when they were doing their thing with Tyrese Halliburton, he was the only person that brought the ball up. After things he always set the table. It was consistent. It was every time. The only time he didn't set the table is if he was out of the game, and then Pascal Siakam would set the table. Everyone knew what their role was because it was consistent. The same person was doing the same thing every time. Think about what I'm telling you. When you watch the Pacers, when they went on their run in the playoff, he brought the ball up. He initiated the offense every time. Every time, bro.
But every time. Whoever get the ball, just take it down.
Just take it. You have to. You can't do that.
Real professional basketball.
That's
Like,
crazy.
You don't even do that in pickup basketball. Like, this ain't even we. That's why we getting blown out by 30. If you play pickup basketball and you wasn't a dribbler, you didn't bring the ball down the court.
right. Yeah, but you feel what I'm saying, though, Ponte? You gotta have consistency. It can't be random. Like to piggyback off of your point, you have to, when you have a system instituted, you don't have all that random because they're gonna give the ball to the person that's supposed to do what they supposed to do instead of them trying to initiate it because that's not their role. There's no defined responsibilities. I don't think in this damn organization, to keep it real.
That's my point. Like, that's my point. That's my point last season. It ain't that Usman Dang is bad. It ain't that Rollins is bad. It ain't that KPJ is good. It ain't that Giannis is good. It don't matter. None of it matters. Because we don't know what they can do with a real coach.
Right.
We really don't, because they get to do whatever. And that's why they lose by 30, because they doing whatever. They do whatever they feel like doing.
And that's true, but that's the thing, though. It's all chaos. And I don't know how Doc hasn't been held accountable to this point, where this is where we've been, and this is just really at its worst. It's been like this the whole time. But Giannis being a little bit more healthy and Dame being there kind of covered a lot of that up. It covered a lot of that up. But now with them gone, now you're really seeing how bad of a coach Doc is without his star players. You really see.
The reason why Dame and Giannis didn't work was because of Doc. It
Boom.
wasn't because of Giannis or Dame. It was because they didn't have a good coach.
Now we see the truth. Now we see the truth. Now we see the truth.
Like, I feel like Bud would have. One thing Bud had was he didn't have adjustments. Bud didn't have adjustments, but he had structure.
Right.
That would have allowed Dame and Giannis to get off. And they better gave the ball to Dame and Giannis when they supposed to, or they was on the bench. He didn't play around with that foolishness of you do what you want to do.
If you do, you got yanked. He was yanking people. But I will say, Bud held people accountable. That's what I will say. Bud held you accountable. You made a couple bad plays, he was yanking you, period. I watched that. I will give him that.
Even Giannis, though.
Giannis. Yeah, you're right.
So he'd have probably been a perfect coach if he was in the right mindset for Dame and Giannis to carry him to the championship. I feel like he would have figured that out easily for him, because he likes space in the court.
Right, but he's coming from a Spurs team that knows how to use a big and a guard like that.
But that's what I'm saying. But he had depth in his family, and I feel like that's really
much.
Yeah, it was too much.
That was too much for him. He was like, he lost focus, and we all been there.
Right,
it's life. Right. So, man, I just feel like Doc is the reason. We used to blame Giannis. We used to put Giannis against Dame and Dame against Giannis. It was just Doc was terrible. It was really just Doc. It really was just Doc was terrible. If they had a professional coach, a real coach with a system and structure, they would have been perfectly fine. They probably wouldn't even got injured. They'd have been blowing teams out.
That's a fact.
So my thing is, like, I think that we don't know what we got in these players because they doing whatever. See, Dang had 36 points one night, and he had 6. What do he have today? 7, 8, 9?
Yes, subpar game.
Subpar game. And my thing is, but he don't got no structure. He's just doing whatever. Like, they just said, oh, we're going to put the ball in your hand and see what you can do. What?
Yo, bro. Hold on, Ponte. Bleacher, how you feel about everything? Pros and cons of today. Cormac Ryan, Taurean Prince. Tell me how you feel, bro.
Man, first of all, I want to say what's up, Ponte, man. I saw your last live, man. He was on fire, man. I was enjoying that.
Yeah, that was a classic. Shout out to Ponte. That was classic. with B-Shack, the back and forth, always classic.
This game, I'm so mad. Like, it seemed like every time we talk about it, it feels like we getting duped out of it, because we're the ones knowing what's wrong, and they just don't care. They don't care what we talking about. They just keep doing what they want to do, and they don't understand why we feel all emotional about it, because, Ponte, Amber, all the OGs that have been watching the Bucks team, we know how bad this team can get when we in the back in the day before Giannis came to this team. and this is the worst I ever seen in my life. I
Yeah.
never see a team up by 30 every game, no trying, and all the excuses with with Doc and John Horst, not even MIA. You can't find the man anywhere, and the owners they sitting here they doing some ultimatums, and then you got Giannis want the team investigate because he wants to play with his
Appreciate you,
brother.
AB.
It's too much, man. It's too much, and it it's at this point. Are we going to get back to like we need to get a coach? I mean, probably right. We need to get a coach, but is these owners going to do it the right thing though? I'm worried about how owners going to hire these coaches because. But what you said in the last live, Emma had me worried. You said that one of the guys, were friends with Doc,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, he got it. What you gonna be friends, or you want to win games, and those seats ain't gonna fill up.
What he was doing, to keep it real, now that I understand, like, and looking at it, he set his homie up for the rest of his life for the most part. This 40 million was to set him off for the rest of his life. He set him off. That's what that was about.
That
That's
was
his
it.
friend. That was it. We got.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. That's really what it was. He was making sure he was good for on the way out, bro. That's really what this was. He getting into the Hall of Fame. He done got these 30, 40 M's, and he out. That was like him looking. I'm just keeping it real with you, Bleach. I know what you come, but I'm just telling you what really happened, bro. Hold on 1 second. T Money Brags, appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Salute. A real GM would have ate Dame's contract and not overreact to Giannis' feelings, and we would have had 50 millions off the books next year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, for sure. Because you know what? Like, look what we got. Look at the product. This is the worst thing we ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And we still eating dang contract. We could have got off the book this year with him
That's
sitting on the
true.
book.
Oh.
It don't even make sense. It
Mm.
didn't even make sense. Because you knew your team was bad, and this is what you told Giannis, we gonna take a year off. But how would you still sign Myles Turner and just let it be Dame is not gonna play this year. He injured. And go from there. A professional, that's what a professional basketball would do. That's what the Celtics did.
Yeah.
That's what the
Facts.
Celtics did.
You know what happened though? You know what happened, Project? What was a problem? They cared about Dane's feelings because Dane wanted to be with his family in Portland. So they was like, let's just waive him. He can go back to Portland. And
It just feeds my point. Our GM is just don't know what he's doing.
you
He's out of his league.
and let me give you a
He's out of
point.
his league.
Sorry, let me give you a point, Project, that will hammer home why we feel this way. Now the not I mean not the I'm gonna put the Brewers out of the picture right now because they're the season start, but the Packers after the season, I was talking to a friend that knew somewhat about Matt LaFleur's situation, and I was hearing that he was nervous that the Packers gonna fire him. He was nervous because he knew that this organization don't want to keep on going 7C and losing to your ops and lose to the Bears. They pretty much was like they need to step the product and get better. So you got a man that knows he needs to get better, says in interview saying we gotta finish games. I'm like what I'm seeing on that side, and he was worried. But we got an organization of Bucks that don't even have a structure to work with because they keep on handing on to the players. They're not listening to themselves. They're not hammering down. They're not being the adult in the room. Now and I said this all the time. You think this will happen in Miami? No, not with Pat Riley.
Right.
He would
No.
let stuff happen with 80s players.
Pat Riley's Pat Riley's a pure basketball guy. We all know that.
Right.
Pat
Yeah,
Riley has a love for the game, type of basketball survive. He love basketball, so he ain't gonna let it happen. He know what good basketball look like, and that's the thing. That's bottom line. He know if we win games, we play good basketball, we have a good system, we gonna win games. We gonna make money. But some of these owners don't know that,
they don't
and
know
some of
that.
these GMs are clowns. Like some of these gyms have no pedigree, no stature, no spine.
Right. He said no spine is hilarious.
And that's what we got. We got a no spineless GM. Because
I
if
agree
he
with
listen
that.
to Dame, and then listen to Giannis, and then listen to Brook Lopez, and then listen to Bobby Portis, what type of GM you got? You got a player's GM? Man, what are you talking about? You don't have to listen to them. You the person that hire them. Do your job. If you don't do your job, you out of here.
Period.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no gray area. This is a black and white situation. Yeah, this is crazy.
Like, get a coach that can coach. Doc was not a proven coach.
Hey, facts, Robin. They was talking crazy about Dame last year, but we was at least in the playoff. You right. You right. Shout out to Robin.
But shout out to Robin. Yeah, well, I was talking crazy about Dame, but I was talking y'all. Everybody talking crazy about y'all, but it wasn't neither one of them.
Right.
It was just Doc. It was really just John Horst and Doc that really.
Now we see the truth. The truth is shining through.
It's
now.
really just. It was the makeup of the team. No vision. No wrong coaches. Just mismanagement. It was coming from management. This is just a mismanaged team. Point blank. Period. Like it ain't. So that's why I say I can't evaluate none of the players this season. I don't know who good, who bad. Really.
That's a fact.
Because I don't know who can do what on a real team. You know, and that's just a fact. I don't want to go with the fool's gold. I don't want to go with the this guy that ain't nothing, that ain't got a chance. You know, because I don't know. Because you put him with the right a coach that know how to coach, you never know what you got. This dude that was scoring 30 might give you 10 and still be a solid player, be a more effective player in the game. You know what I mean? If he put in a proper role. You know what I mean? We haven't seen none of that this year.
Zero.
We seen just you come in. Oh, Alex, you want to come in? You come in. Oh, the Nazis, you want to come in? You come in. You know, it's just been like this ain't serious basketball. This ain't a serious team.
We don't even have real rotations. A rotation is something that's consistent. Everybody know when they coming in what they supposed to do.
Only person that was in real rotation was AJ Green.
Correct.
Something.
And Bobby P.
And Bobby P. That was it.
Everybody else, you never know. You could play 30 minutes one game and get a DNP the next game. No rhyme or reason.
And people say Giannis injury prone, but it's a solid play. That's not true. I just saw Luka go down last game.
And he might be out for. Is he out for the playoffs?
They think he might be out for the playoffs the whole season. So my thing is, it ain't style of play. It's just injuries in the NBA.
Right.
You know.
And it's another hamstring. Hold on, what's that Ponte? That's another hamstring with Luka, right? And you already know when you play with that hamstring, and at his age, you don't want that Achilles. So you think they're gonna shut him down?
He down. I think they already shut him down. They done. Cause he the future of the LA. They can't. What they gonna do? Risk him tearing his Achilles? Like, no, they ain't gonna do that. Blown out his hamstring for real. Like, they're not gonna do that.
That's it. Damn.
They're not gonna do that. They got cap space. They gonna build a team next year. They get. It's LA. They can get players in LA.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't know. It's that bad.
So my thing is like, so it ain't style of play. Players just get injured, right? It really is. It's all over the league. So league has to figure it out because last year didn't nobody play in the playoffs. To be honest, everybody was injured in the playoffs. So, and that was the biggest gripe about on sports and how many superstars were injured in the playoffs.
That's true.
So it's like something going on in the conditioning, the amount of games. And AJ Green ain't it. I never said AJ Green was it. To me, AJ Green is just a role player. Come off the bench, knock down a couple of threes, and get out the game. That
man said, and then get out the game immediately.
As soon as he get cut, get him out the game. Because if he ain't knocking down threes, get him out the game. He's not anything. He's just a three. What I compare him to Brian Forbes. Come in, shoot some threes, and get out. Spark a team up and get out.
Yeah, look, Brian Forbes, right. If he hot, let him cook. But if he not, right away. Hold on one second. Queens of the chat checking in. Shout out to Robert Walker Murphy with the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Yo, GA giving a statement to the press about the team being investigated is wild. I understand he wants to play, but he seems to not care about how his antics impact his teammates. That's what. No professionalism. That's what I'm saying, though, Robin. No professionalism. Hold on 1 second, Ponte. Go ahead, Bleacher.
I don't even want to talk. I'm not trying to talk bad about guys. The season's over, bro. It's over. It's I know you play with your brothers. I know you'll play with your brothers, but right now, it's bad enough to get blown out for 30. The last thing we need to do is see you playing with your brothers and get hurt, and then that's it. We got nothing at this point. Like, worry about it.
No strays. You a savage. No strays.
Look out for the season. Yeah.
So it is. I thought it was just for the regular season. But it's
it's the season. I heard before he was out for the playoffs too.
Yeah, but okay. Damn. These injuries is getting crazy in the NBA. That like for Giannis to see what happened to Luka and still say what he said is insane. That's insane. Why would you put yourself at risk and there's nothing to gain? Even if you score 50, we win out, it means nothing. What are you doing? Where's his publicist? Does he have a publicist or somebody is supposed to tell him what to say when he in public? What is that, an A&R?
What I tell y'all? Giannis has a whole bunch of leeches on next to him. People that just make money off him. I told you.
I would have never even allowed him to say something like that. Like, do y'all understand how crazy that sounds?
I'm telling you. They know that Giannis is a GOAT. Like you said, there's no off switch. They know that about Giannis. And they take advantage of it. And now they trying to be like, bro, chill. And he won't chill because there's no off switch with Giannis. It's on. It's always on. That's why he play in Greece. That's why he play in there. It ain't even personal. He just don't know how to stop playing. Only person that can turn him off is the Nassus.
This man said Giannis brothers are fortunate in quotations to be on the NBA roster. That's 100% fact.
That's a fact. That's a fact. No, we ain't saying they can't play basketball.
Right, but not in the NBA. No, they shouldn't be in the NBA. No. That's a fact.
That's a fact. But shout out to Giannis for getting that done for them.
Right, that's a fact. They set up now for
that's it. That's all you can do.
That's the truth. Max Snags. The Pistons is the definition of a well-coached and organized team. And look how different they are with a new GM and a new coach. They could possibly come out the East.
You gotta remind what they did. They had a coach in Monty Williams. They gave him $100-some million. They ate the money to get rid of him after 1 year because they knew he was horrible. Like no structure, nothing. He didn't know what he was doing. Got him out of here. Got the coach from Cleveland, and he turned everything around within a year. I was just like, that's your blueprint. Like, that's how you do it. Get a coach that know these players and command respect, not just get it commanded.
Right.
Like, that's
Doc. You know what? Beach report. Doc is just he used to probably be that player, that coach, but he just ain't got the energy for it no more. You get to the point where you just don't feel like doing it no more. He like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? He was already there. That's why he retired the first time. That's why he knew he was there the first time. That's why he left the first time.
Right.
And that's the point. He knew he didn't have it no more. He had the energy to actually get on people's case like he's supposed to win like he need to. He knew he didn't have it no more. So, but the Bucks with our incompetent GM said, "I got a bright idea.
Let's get Doc.
Doc is available." And here we are. We lost everything the Bucks used to be.
Right. You know, it would have been the smartest move in hindsight. Obviously, we can't go back. It would have been to use one of our assistant coaches as an interim. Or what was my guy name that everybody likes? That was on the side. Yeah, Ponte, yeah. if we'd have just let Ponte be the interim coach for the rest of the season and doing a real search in the offseason, the knee-jerk reaction cost us 3 years and of Giannis's prime, where I feel like he's on the backside of his prime. That's why this offseason is important. If we don't get it right now, we're going to waste the rest of Giannis's tenure on the Milwaukee Bucks, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. We need a coach. Giannis, for all his strengths, he's not the best leader.
I agree with
No.
that.
So he's a good basketball player. He's just not a great leader.
But I would agree one thing Amber said a couple of lives ago. He already done it. He already won. He already won. He already won awards. He won them all. He needs a coach that can challenge him. Doc is not the one going to challenge him. Like, you got a guy in there that's just like, okay, you can do what you want to do, Giannis. You can do what you want with your brother. You need a guy that can challenge him. Like, you won one championship.
I think Giannis is just a basketball player, though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He always gonna need a coach that's better than, you know what I mean? He's always gonna need a coach, you know, because he's just a hooper. That's why he want to play. He don't even make sense to play. He just want to play.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He's just a hooper. He always gonna need a coach that's wise. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Wise. That was a good statement.
He's all because he's just a hooper. He just like to play basketball. He's a great basketball. He just love the game. You know what I mean? He's good at it. He put his heart and soul in it. That's Giannis. So that's but for somebody that's not a hooper, but still a part of the game, to not know that's Giannis, and then yet Giannis make decisions, it's malpractice. Because Giannis don't know that part of the game.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's just a hooper. He's just a diehard hooper. That's how you got here. That's how you go. That's what he is. That's why he became great. He didn't become great because he knew basketball like the back of the day. He knew all of. That's not why he became a great basketball player. So why would you use him to make decisions on what players you should get? You see what I'm saying? Because that's never been his thing. You know, he's not even from this country. He didn't even. You know what I mean? He survived and thrived playing basketball, not scouting players. You know what I mean? That's not really what it was. That's not. You gotta read that. You gotta be able to read that. That's the most obvious read about Giannis. You know, and for you to have a coach and a GM to not understand that is incompetence. You know.
Facts,
yeah, he did. That's facts, Moose. That's facts.
He thought he had a lick. He thought he
was hitting the lick. This is easy work right here. Giannis and Dame gonna do it for me.
Right. That's exactly what it was. That's the truth. He thought he could slide in and coast with these cats. By the time he got in there, they would have figured it out. And he would be straight and waltz into the Hall of Fame with another championship. That's what he was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, and he can get $10 million a year for doing it. Nope. Why not? My thing is, but it didn't work out. But if they'd had a series coach, they'd have won it last year and the year before that. They would have won it. Because that duo in the playoffs with a competent coach would have been tough.
It's going to be different. Dame in the playoffs.
That's a different Dame and Giannis in the playoffs.
And don't forget, Dame went crazy in the playoffs until he got hurt.
Dame go crazy in the playoffs. Giannis go crazy in the playoffs. Their playoffs are better than their regular season.
That's what people don't talk about.
So that's what we never got to see, really. Because if they were healthy in the playoffs, their playoffs are better than their regular season. They go they turn it up a notch. They got another level.
Correct.
We never got to see it.
That's what's a shame. That's what's a shame. We never got to even see our big three healthy. The Middleton, Dame, we never really got to see it. But what I do know is when they did play, they were effective. With Middleton.
Effective. Yeah, they were effective. Middleton was limping, but he was effective. You know, Middleton was limping. He's carrying, dragging his leg along, but he was effective. But my thing is this. But if we had a better coach in a good system, we'd have been blowing teams out.
True. I agree with that.
Without Middleton, with Middleton limping, Dame and Giannis wouldn't have been working so hard. They probably would have never got injured
No,
because we
I
would have been
agree.
having. I mean, we can relive basketball, but what we gonna do in the future? You know, we still got Giannis. Is Giannis gonna stay? What y'all think?
I don't know. I actually don't really know. I'm assuming
This,
yes, but I don't know.
I what's the question again?
Is
is Giannis
is
gonna stay?
Giannis staying?
Who's gonna who's gonna give him all his demands what he wants? Like, his brothers and all that
I
stuff.
just don't think it's that. I think that's what we say, but I feel like Giannis is just a hooper, bro. Like put him in his place, and he gonna stay in his place. Like the Bucks got carried away with Giannis. Giannis didn't get carried away with Giannis.
Yeah.
If he was under Pat Riley, he would have did whatever Pat Riley told him to do. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And when he
Well,
was with Bud, he did whatever Bud told him to do. So my
I,
thing is like when you have it's just be an alpha in a
Mm,
room, and you might get a different picture,
mm.
and you might get a different conversation. And stand on business and say, I know what I'm doing. And if you play basketball, we good. You know what I mean? And if you produce results, he just gonna stay. He gonna trust you. Simple as that. And that goes with that's why people be like, well, Giannis need to give it up. No. Giannis don't have to get a ball to nobody. You know how Giannis works? Because and I saw this with Chris Middleton. Middleton would check Giannis.
yeah.
Drew
Mm.
Holiday would check
To be
Giannis
honest,
and
right?
do their thing, and then Giannis would be like, okay, we good. That's all. Ryan Rollins, KPJ, they gotta do that. Show up, be confident in your game, and that's all Giannis need to see. He
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
gonna roll with you. He
Well,
can't give you confidence. You got to give yourself confidence. This is not how the NBA works. Because he never has a problem with Bobby Portis.
Right.
Because Bobby Portis gonna shoot his shot whether we like it or not. You know what I mean? He never has a problem with those type of players. So what he has a problem with was indecisive and players that's not confident in their skill set. Do what you do, and then just play ball. If it's effective, he gonna work with you. That's how I see Giannis. That's how all because Middleton would say he would take the ball out of Giannis' hands, and
Yeah, that's true. That's
Giannis would
very
just do
true.
it. And then once Middleton scored, he ain't like, oh man,
But the
man, get your
difference is,
ball.
you know why? He has respect for Middleton.
Because he
He
has
has
respect,
respect for Bobby Portis.
but he has respect because they produced. It's about production. Like it ain't about. It's
Okay.
about being confident in your skill set. Not being like, oh, should I pass to Giannis? Should I pass to Giannis? No, shoot your shot, bro. Like if that's your shot, knock it down. It's end of story. That's what good NBA players. That's
Right.
what Taurean Prince. That's what a professional basketball player does.
Right.
That's what
No.
Taurean Prince does. Right? He shoots his shot, it goes in. If it don't go in, he still shoots his shot. It's his shot. It's predictable. It's a predictability there. I don't know if I should pass to Giannis or shoot. If that's your shot and y'all want to play and it goes in and you gonna make it 50% time, shoot the shot, bro.
Shoot the shot. Right.
Shoot the shot. Don't be worried about if you should pass to Giannis because if you score, he ain't gonna really care. If you don't
That's
score,
true.
he ain't really. So that's just the type of player he is because he gonna shoot his shot.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair
So
point. I
yeah,
do
all he
think
needs.
I do think that once we do get somebody in here, I don't think our talent is whack. I don't think we
No,
have a whack team. Like I really don't feel like our team is whack. I just feel like soon as we get somebody that can get them their roles identified of what they should do, we're a playoff team in the East. We just need a solid coach.
I think Doc let it be too many Chiefs,
And
not
now
enough
that
Indians.
it is. That's a great
Yeah,
point.
you know what I mean? Because everybody thought they should have the ball in their hands. Everybody on the team was like, why ain't getting the ball enough? You looking like, bro, you went from the G League to now you think you should have the ball in your hands every time. Like to be like that don't even make sense in a progression, in a natural
Right.
progression. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like who is talking to you?
Facts, Patricia.
Yeah, who was talking to Rollins this year? You know what I mean? Who's in your ear, bro? They telling you the wrong thing, because that's the same problem I have with give Giannis way more credit. Man, look, every superstar is a diva,
They're true.
and that's just the way it is. If you want a superstar in Milwaukee, they're gonna be a diva. I hate to tell you, Luka's a diva, LeBron's a diva, Kobe was a diva, Jordan was a diva. Carmelo. We can go down the line.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get a superstar and not expect some of that with it. You know what I mean? You just can't. It doesn't. It doesn't.
As I said, we not whack, but
But we
compared
do
to
have
other
good
young
players.
teams, we whack.
But yeah, because we don't have a system. We not
That's
running.
it. We're not whack.
Yeah.
It's not like what y'all say. Like, think.
Everybody's trying to be a chief.
That's it. We got a Pete Nance. You know what you gonna get. You got Taurean Prince. You know what you gonna get. You got Cormac Ryan. Look, we have some people that got something that it just needs to be evolved, and they need to evolve, and that's only gonna happen with coaching. Like, y'all don't understand the impact of coaching, and people keep giving you examples. Bleacher just gave you the example with the Detroit Pistons. Coaching can transcend your team. Michael Jordan was going to the playoffs, but once he got a system and got Phil Jackson, he was out of there. They never looked back. The system made them unbeatable. When that system even went to LA, it made them unbeatable. You just couldn't win. The system was too great. We need someone to come in here and be an architect. We need an architect. That's what that's what Presti is and all that. Presti is an architect. He's not a GM. He's an architect. He sees the whole board. He's planning out. It ain't even about right now. He planning 4 or 5 years down the line. He's orchestrating. That's what we don't do here. We don't have no type of roadmap or direction that we're going. It's just, let's see what happens. And that's the biggest part of the problem.
You know, we need an architect because we're a small market.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we need to survive in the NBA as a prominent team. We need an architect. We can't be, like you said, nobody's bigger than the program, but it takes an architect to design it and to stick to the system. Like, you cannot be like, oh, we're gonna do whatever in a small market. It don't work in a small market. You'll lose every year. Because you can't even get played. You heard what your favorite player LeBron said about Milwaukee in Memphis. He ain't lying. That's what a lot of NBA players say about Milwaukee. He ain't.
They ain't trying to come here, bro. Right?
They ain't trying to go. He ain't lying though. He really ain't lying. Yeah. Like, as much as you don't like him,
stay away from Milwaukee as well, though.
Right?
Huh?
His forehead can stay away from Milwaukee as well. Then
come on.
No, he don't. But LeBron. He from Akron, so it really don't make no sense what he talking about.
Right, which is crazy.
We'll put that aside. But he ain't lying about the other players too. But when you have a good system and a good architect, they do come.
Correct.
They do come. And they don't come on this team is all over the place. They're not coming, they're not choosing Milwaukee on that. They come when you got a superstar or a good player and you got a good architect, a good system, a good design.
Right. Exactly.
And that's when you get that star power in Milwaukee or OKC, in those small market cities in Indiana. But right now with Doc is not the worst calculation about Doc was he's not that type of coach.
He's not that guy.
Right. He's a big city coach.
He just
because they don't need architects to attract party. They can do whatever and might still survive. They might not, like I hear B-Sat talk about rings in New York, but New York ain't won a ring since I've been alive. So my thing is, like, I'm not trying to hear anything about New York basketball at all. Like, nothing. But they can what is New York also gonna be able to do? They're gonna also be able to attract stars and attract star players to the city, but they're never going to win a championship because they've never done. I've been alive for 40 years. They have not done it. They have not came close to. They have not. I haven't seen a championship looking team in New York ever.
1999.
Yeah, 99. They had spree.
They They was gonna lose. We all knew they was gonna lose. Everybody knew when they played the Rockets, they was losing.
Yeah, I knew that.
Everybody knew they was losing. Like, so my thing is, but those big markets, they can attract players. But small markets, you need an architect. The Milwaukee Brewers, they got an architect. They're designing a system. It's kind of like a farm system. You get these young, talented players. They produce. They win games, and maybe you might get a championship.
Right.
But eventually, you can't afford to pay them. And they let them go. Yeah, that's what they're doing. But you might squeeze, and that's what OKC gonna do eventually. Eventually, they're gonna run this ride out for the next 3 years, and it's gonna be somebody, and they're gonna have to let them go. But they're gonna have 100 draft picks. You know what I mean? To rebuild and restock, and then 3 years they're gonna be back up there. You know, and I think the Bucks need to kind of adopt that The Packers do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers do the same thing, but they keep their quarterback though. They ain't stupid. One thing they know to win in the Green Bay, we got if we ain't got a quarterback, we ain't got nothing.
Right. They understand how to groom a quarterback. That's what we do. We quarterback you.
30 years.
Yeah. But everybody else, all right, we gonna keep you, but you replaceable. You know what I mean? You replaceable. You know, and that's what the Bucks got to get the same thing. Now, is Giannis replaceable? A generation of talent is hard to replace.
Agree.
So when you say get rid of generation, you're gonna need another one. In a small market. You don't have to
you have to have another one in order to compete.
Or you need a lot of draft picks, and we got neither.
You know what's so hard about Ponte though? You know what's so hard? We watch him grow to this person. We watch him.
We raised Giannis.
Yeah.
He was running on a bus stop down on the 19 down Atkinson. I'm looking like, what's Giannis doing on y'all? He's standing on the bus stop trying to go to the game. Like, I'm just saying, like, Giannis was walking through Mayfair Mall. I was like, look at Giannis. I'm like, but we raised him. We know he was little.
Right.
He ain't know nothing about basketball. Now he just this superstar, and he is a diva. He is a diva. So my thing is, but that's what superstars are. They are divas.
Yeah.
They are. They just are. Except, well, I guess Tim Duncan. But how many Tim Duncans are there?
That's true. And Dirk.
Yeah. Dirk, yeah. Dirk is a little different. Yeah. We'll get Dirk. Dirk, whatever. But everybody else is a diva. Kobe was a hell of a diva.
Agreed.
Jordan was a hell of a diva.
Yeah.
We can go down the line. All of them was a handful to deal with in the organization.
I agree.
The organization got stories about all of them. So comparison to those, Giannis is really mild mannered, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
I mean, Jordan did some stuff, boy.
No, I agree. No, you're 100% right. That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Even Scottie Pippen was doing stuff.
Right. No, that's fair. Yeah, he's the number two. Call him the number. Right. Right.
Jeff think that Bucks about to pull us.
Yo, come on, bro. Damn it, no strays. Come on, man. That was funny. Bro, what?
Food shot.
Yo. Hey. Yo.
Giannis not signed. They traded Giannis, man.
Yeah, if you don't, yeah, they definitely. That will be the line in the sand. He signed or trade. You said what?
I put it like this. They're trading Giannis or they trading the draft pick. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
If they don't trade the draft pick, they're trading Giannis.
It could be like that. I don't know. But we're going to get a high draft pick at this point.
That's what I'm saying. So they're going to try to leverage that draft pick to get either a veteran player or they trade the Giannis. They're not going to keep him down here. They're not going to keep him.
This franchise is going to have to make a decision. You're going to make a push for another playoff run. If not, you got to do a full reboot. And now is the time. Giannis' value ain't going to get no higher over time. It's just not.
No, it's not.
Just keeping it real. It's just not. We got to be honest.
Because Giannis is in his back half of his career.
100%.
But he's still a super effective player that you can get some value for because the man can score 30 points in 20 minutes.
Fact.
Easily. It make it look easy if he healthy. You know what I mean? And that's just the bottom line. And people still can't stop him. Like, they still can't stop him.
He's a unicorn. He's a unicorn.
He's a unicorn. He's something like he's a Jabbar. Yeah. He's a Wilt Chamberlain. he's one of those players that you not pretty much once he gone, you ain't gonna see another player like that no more. Like you just ain't gonna see it because it's gonna be hard to duplicate the skill set. But you know, I like the Bucks. I think the Bucks should keep their draft pick. I think if Giannis don't stay, then just trade him and get some more draft picks. But then you have to fire a horse because horse can't evaluate talent. If you can evaluate talent and upcoming talent and see how it projects in
Yeah,
the
that
next, then you don't need to be a GM. I don't care what you're talking about. There's no room for you as a GM because that's your main job. To be honest with you, especially in a small market like the Bucks, the Bucks need a GM that can evaluate young talent into superstars. That's how we got to this point in the first place. That's what they did with Giannis. That's what they did. You know what I mean? So that's what they did with Chris Middleton. You can't
mm-hmm.
be, I'm gonna get an old guy and just get a free agent and see what happens once they developed or a team release them. That's not how small markets work. That's not how OKC works. They
Facts.
draft their stars. You have to draft your stars in small markets. You can't just bring your stars in. It don't.
That's a
It
that,
rarely works like that.
that's a fair point.
So if you can't see talent at a college level and see how it translates to the NBA level and an effectiveness, then you shouldn't be a GM of a small market team
Shouldn't
because
be.
they're never going to be good with you because you can't see talent. You can't see the transition and development. And like Gibson always said, we needed to learn how to develop players. Well, that it starts with the GM.
All right, shout out to Gibson. He's absent
It starts
today,
with the
so
GM,
shout out to
Gibson. Like
Gibson.
you're right because if you can't see, oh, this player ain't gonna be good in the NBA, we can't draft him. Then you don't need to be a GM of a small market team because that's the only way we're gonna get a star.
Hey, look at the
Jeff,
Brewers.
I reject your deposit. Oh, yeah, they would be dead for a very. I reject your deposit because it only take one draft pick to change your franchise. It take one young player to evolve to change your franchise. That's not true. I just don't know. I don't agree with that. Could it be a year or two of maybe downtime? Correct, but that just gives you time to stack your draft picks and get your team where it needs to go. I really think we would be good with or without Giannis. It might take a little bit, but I do think we would be good with or without Giannis. Hold on, about to tap in Scales. Hold on one second,
Hey,
y'all. Hold on
Proxy,
one
guess what?
second. What up, Scales? Hold on one second, bro. Let me get to the homie. Shout out Robert with the $10 super chat. Shout out to the queens in the chat and the channel members. Appreciate you, man. Now I just suffer through the game or part of the game just to prepare for the lives. We down bad. Shout out to Robert. You right. Hey, we pushing through. We pushing through. Scales, what's good? Oh, hold on. Go ahead, Bleacher. Then we gonna go to Scales. Go ahead, Bleacher.
Yo, Proxy, I found out that the Brewers got the #1 farm system in the league.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no, yeah. That's 100.
Yeah.
I was mentioning that before. That's what we do. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
That's been for years too.
Yeah, that's
since
not
like
just
the
not.
'80s.
Yeah,
Like, that's been going
yeah.
on for a while. Like,
That's yeah, we got that down pat. Just like the Packers with the quarterback, we have a thing. That's the problem with the Bucks. They have no thing, and that's why they can't be consistently good. They don't have a move. They don't have no player badges, and that's the problem. They don't got no player badges. Zero. That's that 2K slang. Hey, they don't got no player badges. But on you, Scales, what you think about everything, bro?
oh, I don't know. I just pulled up late. I don't even know what I missed or what's going on.
We just talking about the game, bro. Where are we going? Like coaching, just everything, bro. Just everything. We just another 30-point L is crazy.
I mean, you knew that though. I mean that.
But
you
this
didn't
is
even
a
have to watch the
nasty
game
30 point. I mean, like, hey, man, we got
I
treated.
mean, but look at who you. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. I guess I can say this. Look at who you playing though. Like just the class of basketball organizations at this point right now is like night and day when it comes to us and the Celtics. It's like they're an example of what we should be, and we're an example of what happens when you don't do things the right way. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, like when it's even funny when I look at them. I think I was tapped in a little earlier, and you was referencing how they were able to play through Tatum, and Missoula coached up these guys who just got there, like Hugo Gonzalez
like Walsh.
just got
Walsh came out of nowhere. He's open.
nowhere. The Gonzalez dude just got to the league. Like these guys ain't been in the league forever. They're Usman Dangs too. Like they just got here. Like they haven't played a lot of basketball. They're not veterans or any of that, but when you got a Derek White and you got a Jaylen Brown and a Peyton Pritchard, You get what I'm saying? I guess you can kind of survive that. But as far as the Bucks, like I think we should take the model of what teams like the Celtics are doing when it comes to like Rollins and some of our future guys. Like they went all the way in on Peyton Pritchard. You get what I'm saying? They let Giroux walk. They didn't go get another guard. Anthony Simons came in. They traded him at the deadline. They went all the way in on Pritchard. So I think like you got to go all the way in, and even with your superstars, you still got to be developing the guys who are going to play around them. I think I've seen Ponte referencing that the last live. Like you can have as many superstars as you want, but the role players are really the glue guys that makes everything work. You get what I'm saying? Because his 30 and 12 is just 30 and 12. Where's your other 90 points coming from? You get what I mean? To get you to 120 at the end of the night. Where are you getting the rest of that from? You can have two guys go off for 30, but you still gonna need another 60 to come from somewhere. You see what I'm saying? And if you're not developing the guys around people, then you just got a bunch of guys. That's what Ponte said we looked like the other night when I was watching the live. Yeah, we look like a bunch of guys that just showed up, put on some jerseys, and go hoop. If you got a system, you can be terrible. Like the Miami Heat weren't good this year.
Right.
But they got a system. They look the same every time they go out there, no matter who the product is that gets on the floor. Because if you're going to play for Spo, you're going to play a certain way or you're not going to play.
You're not going to play.
You're not going to play. So that's what I'm saying. There's no discipline. Like you've been saying all year, Brother Logic. You've been saying that all year. There's no discipline. There's no structure. You can tell now that we're at the end of the season and nobody really cares anymore. You can literally visibly see it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what it's about. I think it's about investing in your young guys at this point. Like I think we harp on Giannis so much on these platforms because he's the sexy topic to talk about. You know what I mean? The clickbait guy. But if you're a real Bucks fan and a real Bucks enthusiast, you got to start looking at, what's the plan for what's going to happen around him? Like we can't do what we did this summer and just be like, oh, we're going to go get a bunch of dudes who can stand in the corner and shoot. You can't go fill your roster with Taurean Princes. That's not going to win you basketball games, bro, in today's game.
Not in today's game. Right.
In today's game, it's not going to happen. It don't work like that. Guys are too shifty, too irky-jerky. Everybody's fast. Everybody can shoot. That's not going to work. You get what I'm saying? And that's what John Horst thought works with Giannis. Like, we're going to put the ball back in Giannis' hand and make him the point guard, and we're going to put all these shooters in the corner, and that's how we're going to – no, you're not going to win anything like that. That's not winning basketball.
Yeah. What you trying to say is he trying to be Bud without Bud.
Exactly. Exactly.
Bud without Bud. He tried to do Bud from a GM perspective. It didn't work.
It don't work.
Go ahead, Bleacher.
Go ahead.
Kills. Ask the Badgers about that too. What happened?
Yeah.
They put out about 12 seed because they tried that same offense.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. At the beginning, I remember. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember, but I remember like before the season started. I know me and Brother Logic, we was on here questioning this roster. Like I don't know how this is gonna really hold up.
Right.
And Giannis and everybody in the press, and they were so gung-ho about this roster and all these shooters and Gary Trent Jr. and AJ Green and best three-point percentage of the season last year and all of that. Like, in Ponte, you a hooper, bro. Shooters are streaky. You get what I'm saying? Shooting isn't something that you can guarantee. That is, a dude might just go cold. Look at Gary Trent Jr. He's been cold
all year.
We literally watched the guy go cold for 82 games, not just a couple of weeks, an entire basketball season. This man couldn't hit the side of a backboard, but he was on fire last season. You see what I'm saying? He couldn't miss.
And even last season, he was cold, and then in the playoffs, he just started lighting them up. It was random. That's how that's AJ Green.
That's how shooters are streaky, bro.
That's how they are.
Even the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry, has nights where he can't hit. Shooters are streaky. That's not something that I would hang the Golden State Warriors aren't hung on shooting. If you really know basketball, they're hung on ball movement and defense rotations. That's how they win basketball games. The shooting is third, fourth on the list for them. That doesn't set up what they're doing. It creates spacing because everybody on the floor can shoot, but that's not how they execute their offense. Draymond, everything is ran off a dribble handoff with Draymond Green. Steph Curry's not even a real point guard if you watch their games. Him and Pods, all they do is run dribble handoff. Even Jimmy Butler, everybody runs dribble handoff with Draymond or whoever's playing that position. If Jimmy's in that spot, then they run dribble handoff, pick dribble handoff with Jimmy. It's not all predicating on jump shooting. Even the Celtics shoot all of them threes, but check out their to the rim percentages.
Right.
Check out how they score at the rack. It's very, very high.
Right.
So they can take that many threes because they shoot. They don't miss almost at the rim. Their finishers are great finishers around the basket. So that's my thing with the Bucks. This team, this year, the roster was built badly. Guys who had great seasons, Rollins, KPJ, guys who don't need Giannis to create shots for them. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's why they had great seasons. They don't need him to get a bucket. But people who need him to get a bucket, they look terrible this year because he wasn't really available. Teams weren't even double teaming and triple teaming him. They're like, yeah, go off. You get 38. None of the rest of these guys can score. So it doesn't matter what you're doing right now.
And that's why his numbers have no impact on the game. This is the first year I've ever seen.
He's not affecting winning anymore.
Thank you. That is the biggest thing I came away from this season. I was very shocked about that Giannis's numbers had no impact on the season. And that's crazy. How do you have 30 and 10 and it means nothing in the grand scheme of winning or losing? That's very, very concerning as an organization. When you're getting that type of production, it should lead to more W's. That's the point.
If you watch the games this year, something else that frustrated me with him, and he's my favorite. He's on my list of favorite guys that ever played basketball. I love the guy, right? But I'm not above criticizing him either, right? He dribbled the ball too much this season for me. Mm-hmm. When he did play, he dribbled the air out the ball a lot. Like if you go back and watch some game film from this season, watch his highlight reels. This is probably the most dribbling he's done since he was like 22 or something, like 21. Jabari Parker was here. Like he dribbled entirely too much this season, and that's why he was tired. That's why he was hurt. Everything he was trying to attack from the three-point line. Mm-hmm. You don't got it like that no more, dog.
They all dribble too much this year for me.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Ponte.
Everybody on the team was dribbling too much. Just pass the ball, y'all. Like y'all move the ball around. Like y'all all trying to dribble. Then y'all get mad when y'all ain't dribbling. That's what I was saying. Everybody wants to have a high usage rate.
That is very true what you were saying earlier.
Everybody wants to have a high usage rate. And then at the end, we put the ball in Jang hand and gave him a high usage rate. Like, you don't do that with every player on the team.
Facts. I agree, Ponte.
Hey, now it's your turn, high usage. Now it's your turn, high. Yeah. Everybody get high.
Bobby Porter said high usage nights.
Right. But think about this. It was people going from high usage to DNPs. How does that mess with your? How does that mess with your psyche? How can I get 30 minutes and then get DNP? How does that even make sense?
What kind of chemistry are you building? How are you building any chemistry that way, bro? How? How can Cam Thomas build a rhythm if this is how you run your system? I'm a rhythm scorer, bro. I got to get my minutes. I got to get out there and sweat and get my shots up. Right. If I'm not doing that consistently, no, I'm not producing for you.
Right.
I'm not going to give you anything, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Cam Thomas dribbles the air out of the ball too.
No, he do, but what, I'm not excluding him, Ponte, from it. But what
I'm saying, that ain't not gonna, because he on the Bucks. They all dribble the air out of the ball. My thing is, Cam Thomas' problem was Doc didn't like him.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
that's all he didn't like. He didn't even like the signing of him. You could tell when he came back, he didn't even want to play him. Doc didn't like him. And for some reason, Doc still had that pull in the organization. Because the only reason why Cam Thomas wasn't effective in his usual 20 points off of random basketball was because Doc didn't want to play him.
Correct, 100%.
And that's it. That's all. Doc wanted them gone, and for some reason, Doc. And we heard these stories about Doc. When Doc don't like you,
you cooked.
You cooked.
You cooked.
All the players, all the podcasts that talked about Doc, they all said it. When Doc don't like you, cooked. He ain't putting you on a bitch. He ain't doing nothing with you. And Cam, he didn't like Cam. He cooked Cam on purpose. Mm-hmm. That was a Doc cooking.
That
Cam
was personal. That wasn't business. That was personal. That was personal.
Maybe he gave it to Austin Rivers so bad one time. But Doc didn't like him for some reason. And we know that's what happened.
Damn, Ponte. He gave it to his son. He had to get him, bro.
He probably cooked Austin Rivers and when they were smashing up together. And Doc took it personal. Said, okay, well, I see you in the NBA. And he got him on the team. He killed his career. He killed.
They got Cam Thomas looking crazy in the streets right now.
Yeah.
They got him. They got. He gonna have to take a slave deal damn near to get back in the NBA.
What I read, and this was the statement that his agent put out probably a week and a half after he was already released. I was surprised he was even making a statement. But his agent put out a statement saying that the Bucks told him it was because they had went in tank mode. And he was going to affect their winning or whatever. I don't believe that. I think that was a cop out. You get what I'm saying? I think that was them trying to make it, because the Bucks don't never want to be the bad guy, if you notice. So they'll lie to make themselves look, you know what I mean? Clean. Like, yeah. So I'm not buying that. But that was the statement that his agent put out.
They in tank mode. I believe it. But
I don't believe that's the reason that they cut him, though. You see what I'm saying?
But that's the reason they told him.
Yeah.
They definitely in the tank mode. We see it right now.
We was calling for tank before they signed Cam Thomas, though. Is to me and my point. To our point, Ponte, is we was already calling for the tank, and then you signed him, so that made us think that, maybe you're trying to make a run at this. Yeah. That's where the confusion comes in at, and that's how you know Doc and Horse ain't on the same page. The Cam Thomas move lets you know that they're not on the same page at all, bro.
At all. I mean, if Doc is the coach next season, I might not watch the Bucks game.
Man,
that's a fact, bro. But it's already happening. People already are watching Bucks game. Right. Look at the views on Bucks podcast. They're all down. My views are down. I'm keeping it real. People are off the bandwagon. They're not trying to deal with this, bro. But that's okay. That's what needs to happen, because once that type of impact happens, it forces change. So when people aren't showing up at the arena, they're not watching. That's going to impact them, where they're going to have to make a change. And I think now that it's going to be a change. Hold on 1 second, Charles. Let me get no strays. Yeah, you deserve the style, bro. You deserve it.
He can go crazy tonight. Yeah.
You know, shout out to No Strays. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat from our favorite. A 3-on-3 with Melo Ball and his brothers versus Giannis and his who win. Bro, what's wrong with you, No Strays? What's wrong with you, bro? This dude, what's wrong with you?
I mean, to No Strays' point, we got Giannis in press conferences talking about, I can retire now.
All right.
Because your brother made a free throw. Because your brother made a free throw in the NBA game. Like, what are we talking about?
I think he's going to retire early, to be honest with you.
Giannis, what are we talking about?
Like, Giannis, but that's always been Giannis. Giannis is a family guy. That's why he ain't left the Bucks.
Right.
He a family guy. He family first type of.
Like, can one of them dudes give us anything? Like, can Alex give us something? Can we get 9 points? 8 points or something?
An organization to hire his brothers.
Let's keep it real. Let's call a spade a spade. Neither one of those gentlemen are NBA players. They might not even be G League, bro. I don't know if they're all-stars in Europe. Maybe on Tel Aviv Maccabi or something like that. Shanghai Sharks. Even then, I think they're role players over there. They're role players.
Oh my God.
Dude. Like, he don't even get off the bench in the Greek games, and he on the NBA team. Like, that's the Bucks. That's the Bucks being idiots.
God, that is crazy when you think about that, bro.
Yeah, they don't get off the bench over there, but you in the NBA. How?
The only brother we haven't seen actually plays in Europe. It starts in Europe.
Yep.
But everybody else that doesn't start is on the Bucks.
Yep. He went straight to Europe.
The only person that actually plays and is effective in Europe is still in Europe.
I know they're ended to bench people, but maybe it could be some young guy taking that up where we could be slowly grooming instead of.
That's kind of my problem, bro, with what we doing. Like,
Sears would be more. I'd rather have Sears as a roster player. No disrespect that the Nassus or Alex. He has way more NBA potential than both of them combined.
What's the kid from Brooklyn that just went off the other night? Cormac or whatever
Yeah,
his name.
yeah.
I would have rather had him on the roster a long time ago than Thanasis. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't understand really
Why
what we're
can't
doing.
Thanasis just get a clipboard, fam?
Boy,
It's
I don't
over.
get it.
Bro, you not like that,
Yeah.
bro. You I don't know if you were
If
ever
Austin
like that
Rivers
to
got
keep
a
it real.
if Austin Rivers got a clipboard, why Thanasis can't get a clipboard? Austin Rivers got a clipboard.
It don't make sense, y'all. Like, and it don't make sense, y'all. It don't make sense. His mama gonna be playing next. So
It's just so frustrating, Ponte, because you have all the money in the world to fix the problem, to buy what you need to do, to get what you need to assess talent, and you still messing up on this level. This is one of the worst Bucks seasons I have ever witnessed.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've never seen us get spanked this much. We've been getting spanked all year. Spanked. And nothing. Like, this offseason, we got to do something. Like, it's getting
What do you
it's
think
getting
we
to be
gonna do this offseason though? Like,
oh no, bro.
That's what I don't know, but something got to shake, bro. Something got to shake.
Let's say we keep Giannis and KPJ. What we gonna do around them two?
I think okay, Ponte. You got to keep Rollins, Dang, KPJ, and Giannis. That four have to stay. Everybody else is interchangeable. They can go.
Right.
I love Kuz, but he can go.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
BP
like
can go. Right.
Yeah, BP them dudes, they can go. I like Jericho Sims too, but he's expendable. You understand what I'm saying? I only got 4 guys that can't move. And with the expansion draft coming up, don't we lose somebody anyway?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, possibly we're gonna lose some people anyway. So
all right. But yeah, so what we gonna do with them 4? How we build around them 4?
I don't know, bro.
Who we get? Do we go for a star, or do we develop or we think we got something with them? That's my point.
That's where the coach that's where the coach comes in. The coach has to have the plan.
Fellas, let's play my GM right now. So we got those 4. Then in the draft, if you building out your roster, what are you taking as the 5th guy now, adding to that 4 core?
That's available
in the draft.
Hey, what's that dude Carr from Michigan State to be dunking everything that he get the basketball? That dude, I like dude, everything. Bro. I was like, yo, and like Sean Kemp, like I would love to have somebody like that that's just explosive. He rebound, play defense, and is dominant. And I feel like he could play center in the NBA. I think in the NBA he could play center. Super athletic. Somebody like that would change the dynamic of our squad. Like that's crazy what I be seeing dude doing in college. Like he's dominant, bro. Rebounding, defense, and he finishes at the hoop. He finished everything above the rim. You need somebody like that.
I say a big or a wing. I wouldn't take a guard right
No guard. We don't need no guard.
So we too guard heavy as it is. I wouldn't take a guard.
I definitely agree. And then let me see who we playing next. Hold on one second, y'all.
What he is? He a small forward though. He like 6'6".
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him. He be dunking. I like Caleb Wilson.
I like Caleb Wilson too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Dude look like a beast.
Oh, we play Memphis. That's almost winnable on
Caleb
Sunday.
Wilson look like Sean Kemp to me.
Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And Carr, he look like Miles Bridges.
You think so?
I'll take Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges dunking everybody. He looked aggressive. He looked more aggressive. Miles.
Yeah, he looked like he more shot hungry than Miles Bridges.
He played bigger than his size, he played bigger than his size to me.
But I see the comparison, Ponte. That game kind of looked the same. I see the comparison.
Then you get a Darvin Ham, you know.
Darvin Ham, straight shots for no reason. Jesus.
His floor is Darvin Ham is still in this. Equal kids, I guess. You know what I mean? But Darvin Ham used to be dunking on him.
No, everything. That's all he could do. He couldn't do nothing else.
He's doing it. We'll take that because that's how I expected Andre Jackson to be. Just like Darvin Ham. At least be Darvin Ham. Just dunk on everybody.
Right.
But no, he couldn't even do that. Like I was like, dude, you tripping, bro. You got all that LSA poking on people every time you get the ball.
Right. Man, that's why I be watching Carr. I'm like, damn, you taking off from there. I mean, everything is with anger and viciousness. Yeah, it's with anger and viciousness, bro. You need that. I was like, damn, why were you that angry? Like, he come down and just like.
what scares me because when is the last time we picked kind of this high? It's been a while, right? I'm scared, bro, because we the type of team that'll take a project too.
I think TJ Ford, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Damn. That's a long time ago.
Like we'll take a project too. Y'all gotta, we got our front office is janky, bro. Like we'll swing on a project. Like
and that's what I was saying. And before you came in, Scale, that's what I was saying. We need a GM that knows how to evaluate college players to pro players and that see what translate. That's what
we have to really see who game gonna translate over. Yep.
That's what we really need because that's what OKC got. That's OKC secret. Sam Presti knows how to scout college players.
Talent in general.
But but mostly it's not free agents.
He
draft them people. Those are from the draft. He don't bring nobody in like that. His best picks are from the draft.
Right.
So
they got a development program for real.
You have to see a college player and say, okay, he's gonna be a star. And he's the best at it in the league. And the Bucks need to get something like that as their GM for a small market team because it will keep them winning games and being successful. If they don't, they're gonna go into a dark age. It's that simple because you're not gonna recruit a superstar.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So this is John Horton's chance to prove himself. Can you recruit? They said it's the best draft in since
03 or
something. 03, since the LeBron draft.
So can you find a player that is at least going to be able to play and we gonna be able to tell he gonna be good or at least a role player? All NBA players ain't great. So we ain't gonna, but can you draft a player that's gonna be like, he gonna be in the league for years? Or are we gonna draft another bust?
I'd be so jealous of teams, Ponte, like the Sixers. Their future is saved by drafting Edgecombe, bro. He saved the future of the Sixers. They're saved. They got something to look forward to. If Embiid never dribbles a basketball again, and PG-13 fade into the wind, they got Maxey and Edgecombe. They straight, bro. You see what I'm saying?
What was Maxey? What pick was Maxey?
I don't even know, but Doc Rivers didn't even want to play Maxey. Remember, Doc wasn't even playing Maxey.
But Maxey was a higher pick, I believe.
Yeah, but Doc didn't even play Maxey at first. He was sitting at the end of the bench.
We haven't drafted Will at all. And that's on us, man. Like, that's on us. We have to drive better because we, as a small organization, a small city organization, we have to always draft Will. Like, Maxey was a 21st pick in the draft.
That's true.
He wasn't a high pick. That's what I'm saying. So we had picks that down there. We could have probably drafted Maxey if we being honest, and we didn't. We keep whiffing, and that's and what was Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi Leonard was like a 21st pick in the draft. You see what I'm saying? Giannis wasn't even a top 10 pick in the draft. Right. And so we gotta understand that we gotta start evaluating our talent a little better than we've been doing.
I agree.
To your point, Ponte, about the small market team, the Kawhi Leonard trade happened with George Hill. Remember, they swapped out George Hill for Kawhi Leonard on draft night. The Pacers did because the Pacers can't get free agents. There's no way they get George Hill without trading out the draft value of Kawhi Leonard. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what you have to do as a small market team. You have to make those kind of moves because nobody wants to sign with the Pacers.
That changed everything.
Nobody wants to sign with the Pacers.
I don't even
You're
think
not just thinking to sign with Indiana in the summer. Like, no.
Kobe wasn't even the top 10 pick. You see what I'm saying? Like, and my point is like that. Like, there's players that might.
There's diamonds in the rough if you do your research.
Absolutely.
If you can select that right player, you're gonna have somebody. But do you got the right GM? Is your GM been? Because we've been tanking the whole season.
Come on, bro. Come on, Ponte.
So this dude said they had to been watching the college game. They had to been doing the scouting. We at least hope that. Because what you?
I hope so.
What you tanking for if you ain't doing the scouting? So you might as well trade the pick. That's the case. So if you got your eye on somebody, it better be the right one.
I agree.
Because we need that. Like, we need an edge come. We need a player.
A Con Knipple.
Right.
We need one of them, man.
What is the Shepherd cat from Houston?
Houston, yeah. We need one of them, bro.
Not saying literally a guard, but somebody that comes in as a rookie and makes an immediate impact. Con Kneppel made an immediate impact in Charlotte. Immediate impact. Shepherd, immediate impact. That's what you need. We need somebody to hit the ground running immediately. No training wheels, nothing.
No.
You off the porch, you good. It's a wrap. That's what we need. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
The last couple of years, we done had too many projects in here. Tyler Smith and Chris Livingston and all of these dudes where you don't really know what they are. They tweeners. They don't have natural positions. Like, no, stop doing that. Like, stop drafting those kind of people, please.
What we don't need is another ball dominant person. Can we get somebody that can throw without the ball in their hands and not just shooting threes, but just a pump fake? You know what I mean? Somebody. But
to Ponte, to your point, I think you and Brother Logic saying the same thing. Where a rim runner would be good on this team right now. A guy that a Derrick Jones Jr. type of dude that you can just throw him lobs and he rim run and he go get it off the rim and.
That's why I was saying it like a car cat, bro. He would come and give a different. He would bring like that Desmond Mason energy to the team.
Yeah, where you don't even got to run no offense for him. He just gonna get it because he hustling. You see what I'm saying? We need one of those. We ain't had one of them in years around here.
We need a Con Kneppel. Somebody that just run off screen. He don't need the ball. He don't need to cross nobody. Just get the ball. 1-2 dribbles. Shoot. He just like he reminds me of Klay Thompson. He reminds me of Klay Thompson. But Steve Brown 72.
Well, all right, y'all. Let me get last words. Start with you,
He reminds me of Klay Thompson. Con Kneppel, that's what he came. It's just like
he don't need a whole bunch of dribbles to get his 20.
Get the ball, 1-2, pump fake, good. You know, it's simple. It's effective. The Bucks need a player like that, and it's not a player that just need to dribble the clock out just to score. They don't need no more of them players. They got like 5 of them. So get rid of those players. Get a player that can just. You can pass to, what's that, 3 dribble? They can do the 3 dribble and perfect it. Like, I need 3 dribbles, I'm scoring. That's the type of player they need. But, you know, the Bucks, this has been a hard season to watch.
Right.
We got, 7 games left?
Yeah. All right, Fronte. Oh, you bleach.
All right, y'all have a good one, man. Good night.
Hold on one second.
Y'all said it on that note. This has been Out the Mud with Tony Allendale.
Oh, you bleacher. Then we go the scales. Oh, you bleacher.
All I gotta say pretty much is, you know, it's been a rough season. I just want this to get better for us next year, but. Yeah, internet. I heard you off and rock you off.
Yeah, your internet act a little crazy, Bleacher.
The
Bleacher, hold on, just pause, Bleacher. Your internet acting crazy. It's like a kung fu film right now, bro. It's like a kung fu film. Yeah, you paused. But there we go. All you Scales.
I just think you know, I think we got to take a page out of like the Warriors book. I even think the Sixers are doing a soft rebuild right now. When you got a superstar and you don't plan on trading them, you're going to keep them and all of that. Even I don't want to put age on any of us here, but I know both of you brothers are old enough to remember the Dallas Mavericks when they had Dirk Nowitzki and they had to make a decision. He was an aging superstar and they decided to surround him with a bunch of guys who could hoop. Everybody could get a bucket. It wasn't predicated off of what Dirk was doing. Jason Terry didn't need Dirk to get a bucket. Jason Kidd didn't need Dirk to get a bucket. Sean Marion didn't need Dirk to get a bucket. You get what I'm saying? JJ Barea didn't need Dirk to get a bucket. They put a bunch of guys around him. They drafted good. They made some good free agent signings, and they put a bunch of guys around him. That's what you're going to have to do. If that's my that's my nice version of what I think the fix is here. You're going to have to do a soft rebuild with an aging superstar. That's the only way you can do it. The most recent model that I've seen recently would be the Golden State Warriors. Another one that I see that's happening right now, I would say, is the Sixers, but I don't know how much Embiid is going to be a part of the future, like Curry was a part of the Warriors' future.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? But I think Giannis will be available. So I look at him more than an Embiid and more like Curry, but I just think that that's what we're going to need. We're going to need a soft rebuild. And with that, I think that's going to take a good GM, a great front office for a soft rebuild to happen correctly. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. Like he said, it's 7 games left in the season. So I checked out when the Cam Thomas thing
I know when
happened.
you
I
had
quit.
hit me, you was
Yeah,
like, "That's
you
a
remember
wrap."
I
Hey,
texted
he
you
hit me
personally on
early.
your phone.
Yeah, he hit me early. Like that's a wrap. I was like, "Damn,
Yeah, I'm
Scale,
done.
top of the
Like
morning."
I'm
I'm
just
talking about top of the morning. He was like,
morning.
"Hey, I'm done." Shout out to Scales. I felt the way when I woke up and saw that message, bro. I felt the way. I was like, "Damn, Scales." That
I
means
checked
you was
out,
tight.
bro.
That means you was tight all night. That means he was
All
tight.
night.
He was tight.
And I had to vent to somebody, and you
Right,
was the only person who was
yeah,
gonna feel
I was
my
like,
pain.
and
For
that's
real.
why I
You
hit
know
you. I
what
was
I
like,
mean?
bro, we on the same page. Shout out to Scale. All right, Bleacher, what you got to say while you got good internet, bro? Oh, hold on one second. Hold on.
Muted.
You got multiple issues going on. Hold on one second. All right, go ahead, Bleacher. Go ahead. You good now? You good? Go ahead.
All right, just want the Bucks. All right, I just want the Bucks to get better next year, and it just been a whirlwind. Just hoping that they get better next year.
That's it, bro.
That's
We
all
gonna
I
see what he do.
really
Appreciate
hope
you,
for.
Bleacher.
I mean, I want y'all to stay. I do if they.
Damn, Bleacher. Yeah, you having some. Yeah, the internet.
Yeah.
The internet pausing
I'm
on
out
you,
here.
Bleacher. The internet pausing on you. we gonna run it
Yeah.
back Sunday, bro. All right, y'all.
All right.
All right, bro. All right, Bleacher. All right, Scale. All right, Ponte. All right, let's get Brandon in here before we get out of here. Hold on. What up, Brandon?
What up?
Yeah, your internet suspect too. We gonna see what happened. Though. Go ahead, Brandon.
What up? What up? I need your family back. I agree with Daniel, Ponte, you. It's been a rough season.
Damn, what is with y'all internet is crazy today. Y'all internet's crazy. Y'all all look like y'all in karate fields. What's up with y'all? I'm trying to go ahead, Brandon, real quick before your internet do whatever it's doing. Go ahead.
Alright. So, all I'm saying, I'm looking for the off season. Keep playing our young guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I want this season to be over with. How many games left?
7. Or give
7
or take.
games.
Yeah.
Give or take. Give or take. So, I'm looking for the off season. We got a lot of things to talk about. And the multi-button nature, very fun. Take
All right,
one night
Brandon.
at a time. Take one day at a time. I gotta go. I gotta draw Sunday.
All right, appreciate you, Brandon. Go. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We at the 2-hour mark. Another outstanding live. Appreciate everyone tapping in. Appreciate all the support. And before we get out of here again, happy birthday, Patricia P. OG member, Queens of the Chat channel member. Salute. Have a good birthday weekend, man. Hope you enjoy yourself. Don't let this Bucks win put a cloud over your light, man. It's all good. Enjoy your day. Salute to Patricia P. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition, where we just got done talking about yet another Bucks 30-point blowout at Fiserv Forum in front of friends and family against the Boston Celtics. We can't wait till the offseason. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content. We are the best in the business. We do move the needle. We gonna get this together personally. Watch what I tell y'all. Gone.